Hey, that's me, and in this video I'll show you how to get better at Call of Duty Warzone with some easy tricks you can do on your computer or console. Let's start by setting up your monitor or using Nvidia's ANSYL filters. So you probably figured out that this game is pretty bland. It's low contrast and not a lot of colors. It's just green shades and that results in low visibility. But we can fix it though. I will use the Nvidia game filters, but you can just adjust the settings on your monitor. But if you can, use game filters. In those you can bind a hotkey to switch between your presets. Now let me show you how to use them. Press Alt F3 to open the game filters. Select the free slot and add filters to your image. I usually use the details and the color filter. In the details one, I increase the HDR toning by a lot. This will balance out the bright and dark areas of the image by darkening the bright areas and lighten the dark ones. As you can see in the unfiltered side, it's hard to look into the garage thingy. But with the filter, it's way easier. I also increased the sharpening due to the anti-aliasing and they make it everything a little too blurry for my taste, even with higher resolutions. I also add some clarity due to it pronouncing the details a lot by adding contrast to those. Only thing missing is the color. I completely turn off the tint intensity but add a lot of vibrance, which you can see makes everything pop. And that's the difference you see by using this trick. I also made a profile for the Gulag by just adding the brightness and contrast filter and increasing the exposure, in which I can switch around adding a hotkey in the settings of the GeForce experience. In my case it's Alt and H. Now you might say this is cheating, and Infinity probably didn't intend on you using this, but that's not true. The developer has to include this feature. If you try enabling this in a non-supported game, this message will appear, telling you that this feature requires a supported game. The next bigger trick is sound. Using well-tuned sound in a Battle Royale game is as important as having a gun. A headset is a perfect hardware to use, especially if you have a 7.1 or a simulated surround driver like Dolby Surround or DTS-X. I personally recommend a Logitech G933 or 633. The 933 is the wireless version and the 633 is the wired one, or the G935 or 635, which is just the newer and cheaper version, because those headsets both support the Dolby Surround sound and DTS-X. And here are two examples on why sound is so important, and without them you wouldn't have won those two fights. The next tip is the close combat is more powerful than you might think, like a melee attack, which might help you in clutch situations in which shooting might not be the easiest solution, especially with a controller. Now there's definitely a controversial tip, which I don't really use, but found, in which you don't see any shadows casted by buildings, only people and objects. Now you can achieve this by using ray tracing and tabbing in and out of the game till the game starts to stutter like this. And there you go, you could easily see people inside and can see them running upstairs. Hopefully this will get fixed, and it probably will get and might already be fixed by the time you watch this video. This is the first video in a new series in which I show you pro tips to get better at video games. We only scratched the iceberg, we didn't even talk about the do's and don'ts, like looting for way too long and not knowing how drones mark people. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and sub to my channel and ring the bell to never miss an upload of mine. And if you didn't, leave a dislike and comment down below why you didn't like it or why you did like it. Bye bye!